wanted to make a short video briefly discussing 5 things you can do to improve at guitar without ever picking up the guitar. There are plenty of tutorials out there on scales and various other things you can play, and this doesn't take the place of any of this practice or any of those exercises. It's simply something that I could offer without repeating what others have said. These will go in order of least important to most important, so starting at number 5 is to monitor caffeine intake. Caffeine actually constricts your blood vessels and it reduces blood flow, so that'll lead to issues. I can say that having been playing for a long time, I've ran into issues with it, and if you lay off the caffeine for a while, you normally will find that some of these issues alleviate themselves. Number 4 is to get adequate sleep. A lot of what your brain integrates in from what you practice happens while you sleep. So I've always found that if I am practicing something and get a good night's sleep, I will have much better results the next day. Versus if I'm not sleeping well, there's almost no point in practicing by comparison. So adequate sleep is really important. It's something that not a lot of people talk about. Number 3 is to maintain your cardiovascular fitness. A lot of people are very sedentary nowadays, so it's very important to go out, go for a walk, get on the treadmill, do any type of cardiovascular exercise for 15 or 30 minutes every day. This is, again, something that helps immensely with blood flow and not having the stiffness and the soreness and lactic acid buildup. This is, again, something that I have noticed throughout the years, that if I have periods where I'm very sedentary, I will have a lot more soreness, stiffness, lactic acid buildup especially in my left hand if I don't get out and do some cardio. Now, the next 2 things I think are by far the most important on this list. Number 2 is to play different instruments. So if you're like me and you play a lot of metal, like I do with this channel, and you have an acoustic sitting in the corner and you find that you don't play it very often, try to pick it up more and play other things. There's different chord patterns, there's different chord shapes, chord progressions. They are something that'll help you think differently once you get back to the electric, and you're going to be integrating those into what you're playing. The same goes for bass, but it goes even more so for non-stringed instruments. I get a lot out of playing piano and whatnot and seeing things in a different way. And when I get back to guitar, I'm thinking a lot differently. And number 1 is kind of an extension of that same idea, but I believe it's extremely important for all musicians, which is to listen to as much music as you possibly can. I had a period of time where I basically didn't play anything but jazz, and that really helped me broaden my musical vocabulary, but also my guitar vocabulary. So it helped me a lot with chord voicings and thinking about harmony. Same with classical music. Helps me think a lot about orchestration and how different instruments should behave and all sorts of things. So I think you don't necessarily have to like all the music. It's more a matter of just exploring and getting ideas from things and kind of absorbing them, and then being able to reinterpret them and use these ideas. So those are my 5 tips. I hope you get something out of them, and happy practicing.